If you are someone who gets overwhelmed or confused trying to keep up with astrological transits, then watch this video. Because contrary to popular belief, you actually don't need to follow astrology transits, and here's why. Hello and welcome back to the channel. I'm Isabel, your spiritual rebel friend, and it has been a while since I have recorded. I apologize for the delay in not having content coming out. And so today, to start off, I want to talk about a very common topic that is common in my clientele and also common with people who I meet who are new to astrology that oftentimes gets them turned off to astrology, which is transits. And I want to talk about specifically why you actually don't need to pay attention to any transits. So if you are someone specifically who gets overwhelmed trying to keep up with all the transits, who doesn't understand the benefit, who feels like transits are usually inaccurate, or just simply put, oftentimes gets confused trying to interpret transits for themselves, or overwhelmed even trying to research all these transits. If transits, simply put, are something that don't work for you, watch this video where I'm going to share why you actually shouldn't be paying attention to transits as a general core philosophy I hold around astrology in general. Yes, transits can be great, but there's actually a really great benefit to not paying attention to transits, and I'm going to tell you why in today's video. And before I dive in, before we get any further, of course, per usual, be sure to book a reading down in the description box below, where in 1 hour or 30 minutes, we can dive deep into any and everything regarding astrology and how you can use this in implementation to find clarity and get advice on your life. If you're someone who is looking for clarity on their life path, if you're someone who is struggling in a certain area of life, if you're looking for advice, if you're looking for guidance, these readings are for you. The link is in the description box below, and hopefully I'll remember to put it in the card up above. So let's dive into why you should not be paying attention to transits. And I'm going to make this a fairly short video because the core concept is simple. And I want to explain this specifically in regards to what I hear a lot of clients describe, and something I talked about with one of my reoccurring coaching clients. She is always on her A game, and she probably watches these videos, but she's always on her A game to keep up with transits. She's the go-getter type who will email me before or message me before or open the call immediately saying, okay, so I know Jupiter just entered Cancer. I'm feeling it. Or I know Mercury's about to go retrograde. Tell me my game plan. And this is really great for her to be so on top of astrology, but also oftentimes she does express, okay, so what am I supposed to do with it? That is the main question point is, I know this is going to happen, but what am I supposed to do about that? And also in regards to another client I have who is very familiar with astrology, but more so human design, and always trying to use astrology in practical application to her life to achieve her desires and goals. She's very driven, but she does commonly ask, what does that transit exactly mean? What does that mean for me? So through both of these clients, there is an understanding of general concepts of astrology, but understanding what exactly the transits serve oftentimes leave them a little bit more overwhelmed or unclear than before. And so this is the piece of information that I remind them so that they don't get overwhelmed and they continue to use astrology to their benefit as a guiding tool and a directory tool rather than a tool for overwhelm. And I basically break it down into this concept, which I'm going to share with you. So imagine your birth chart is a house, and each planet and point and zodiac sign in your chart is a room, let's say. Imagine this house is in the dark. Literally, it's pitch black in this house. All the rooms, pitch black, no windows, no light coming in. Imagine then that transits, where the stars currently are, is a flashlight. And so what the transits do is that they act like a flashlight on areas of our chart, shining a light on certain qualities that we all have. Now, as a reminder, regardless of your sun, your moon, your rising, your Mercury, your Venus, all your birth chart placements, everyone has all the 12 houses and all the 12 zodiac signs in their birth chart in different combinations. But regardless, we do all have all of these. We have all 12 houses. We have all 12 zodiac signs. We all have these 12 archetypal energies that we can embrace or do embrace in different ways. Transits are meant to shine a light on the energetic qualities that we all innately have at different points in time. Because basically, your birth chart is meant to be your complete guide to your life, your purpose, your fulfillment, your shadow work, everything you need to know about you, all aspects of you. But to go into that all at once is overwhelming. That's like trying to see all of your house and all of the blueprint all at the same time. That can be a lot. Or trying to see every single ant moving through the forest while trying to pay attention to the trees, while trying to pay attention to the birds, while trying to pay attention to the sounds. It's a stimulus overload. And so transits are meant to give us a filter on that information. Transits, simply put, are where we may find we get the most benefit by focusing our attention on. So for example, to put this in relevant terms, one of the biggest transits I talk about with my clients right now is Jupiter entering Cancer, which if you haven't checked out my video talking about Jupiter and Cancer, I do recommend it in the card up above. But overall with Jupiter entering Cancer, this era of softening, it's activating the Cancer archetype within us. It is a flashlight shining a light on Cancer energy in our chart. Cancer energy in which we all have in a different area of our chart or area of our life. We all have Cancerian energy somewhere. We have the desire to nurture and be nurtured. We have positive qualities of Cancer and negative qualities of Cancer. That is something to contemplate and reflect on. And so with Jupiter entering Cancer, the core invitation is look at where Cancer is in your chart. Where does Cancer energy show up in your life? In the end, we have all these 12 energies. And so to kind of conclude and re-emphasize my point here, if I'm not connecting the dot well, you don't need to pay attention to transits because they are simply put meant to shine a light on an energy that is already present in your birth chart. Jupiter entering Cancer, while it's bringing an expansion of Cancer energy hypothetically and Cancer themes into your life, bringing an expansion to whatever house Cancer is in your chart, it's simply put another way of shining a light on a birth chart energy that you already innately have. And so if you are someone who gets overwhelmed by the transits, and I tell you, I wish I could have told myself this years ago when I started studying astrology. And it's often something that I still implement over the last few weeks with traveling a lot. I haven't really had much of a care or desire or time to research transits. And that has been a benefit because transits are just meant to shine a spotlight on your birth chart. You don't need to study the transits. You can. There is benefit that can come from studying transits by understanding retrogrades and what Jupiter's doing and what Mercury's doing and the sun, but it's not necessary. And I think that is something that a lot of people forget or don't get told when they start studying astrology. They feel this pressure to keep up with transits and utilize them to their benefit and feel like they're missing opportunities. But the essence of astrology is transits shine a light on what you already innately have within your birth chart. Everyone has all 12 archetypes in different areas of their life. And so if you are someone who is overwhelmed by transits, don't pay attention to them. Instead, this is what I encourage to a lot of my clients and oftentimes do for myself when overwhelm starts to peak regarding transits. Throw it all out the window. Don't pay attention to transits. Instead, focus on a desire. I'm actually going to give a second option for this as well, but this is the first thing I recommend. Focus on the desire. And then look to your birth chart and find where that desire lies. Let's say you are someone looking for a new career path and you're looking to the transits, maybe secretly hoping that there's a good transit for your career coming your way. Instead, look at your 10th house, your 6th house, your 2nd house, and contemplate how do these archetypes that my 10th house, my 6th house, and my 2nd house start in show up in my life. Or on the other hand, let's say there's a transit happening in a certain zodiac sign. Let's say Mercury's going retrograde in Leo. And there's a lot of themes that can come up with that. Instead, just look at Leo in your chart. Contemplate your Leo archetype for a day. Contemplate the Leo archetype for the day. Contemplate where Leo is in your birth chart. Secondarily, an even simpler way I look at this, instead of focusing on the desire and working in reverse, or even looking to the transit and just looking at your birth chart, is pick one aspect of your chart per day to contemplate. This is something I commonly do in my free time, especially when I'm not studying transits. I will reflect on my Chiron, I'll reflect on my Lilith, I will reflect on my midheaven. Making space for contemplation is the most important thing with astrology, especially because all the answers are already within you and within your birth chart. And that is kind of a more spiritual, Kabbalistic philosophy, so to say, not necessarily astrological, but it's one of the keys that has really helped me and my clients personally create change in our lives. Because I think in the end, everyone who studies astrology is looking for self-improvement and self-fulfillment. And so if you're someone overwhelmed by the transits, know that you don't have to pay attention to them. In the end, they're just shining a light on different archetypal energies that are always present in your chart. And so if you are going through the work of making space and time to contemplate, reflect, and be introspective in regards to how these energies show up in your life, then you're doing the work that the transits are inviting you to do. You don't need to do it in alignment with transits. Just pick one part of your birth chart per day to contemplate. And if that is all overwhelming, what I honestly recommend is starting with your desire, because without desire, there's nothing worth doing. What is something you desire in your life? What is something you desire to improve? Is it your relationships? Is it your career? Is it finding your soulmate? Is it making more money? Is it being more abundant? Is it being a better person to your family? Is it being a better person to your partner? Start with the desire and then look to your birth chart. Contemplate one aspect of it and you will find an answer, I guarantee you. Now, if this is a concept that is still really overwhelming, maybe because you don't have an understanding of the core foundations of astrology, I have two recommendations for you. One, I have an astrology course where I break down every single basic aspect and more of astrology in clear, simple, practical ways so that you can implement these into your life simplistically. We go through the 12 zodiac signs together, the 12 houses, planets, and so much more. So if you're wanting to reinforce and reestablish a basic but deep understanding of astrology that becomes simplified yet deep, this astrology course is made for you to give you all the information in a way that is meant to be used practically so that you don't get this overwhelm. And secondarily, if you have more personalized questions and you want to know what the universe is calling you to do right now and you want help achieving desires, I invite you to book a reading down in the description box below, where in 1 hour or 30 minutes, we can dive deep into your birth chart, your purpose, and how you can use astrology to get clarity on your path in life, what you're here to do, and how you can achieve your desires in an astrological view. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. I sincerely hope that you enjoyed it and it gave some clarity on why you should not be paying attention to transits, especially if they overwhelm you. As a final reminder, if transits aren't overwhelming, by all means, look into them. Astrology is meant to be used as a tool for guidance, and so whatever way serves you to find that guidance, use it. This is just meant to be a sense of permission for those who are overwhelmed by transits, permission to not have to pay attention to these transits that overwhelm you. So let me know your feedback down in the comments below. Be sure to share this video with someone if they are into astrology, and subscribe to the YouTube channel and stay tuned for more videos breaking down the stars and more. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. I sincerely hope you enjoyed. Once again, my name is Isabel, and from my heart to yours, namaste.